Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today we are continuing our lessons on our writings that we have been working on all last week. So today we are going to be focusing on editing and revising what we have already written. So our learning objective for today is I can edit drafts using cups, capitalization, and punctuation. All right. So you have probably seen this before in several videos, especially more in the beginning of the year. So right now I'm just going to go over what arms and what cups are about when it comes to writing, okay? So as you can see at the very top of the left-hand side, we have revise, and then along that side we have the acronym for arms. So for revising, for A, that means we are adding words or sentences to our writing. R, remove unneeded words or sentences. M, moving sentences around or words around so that it makes more sense. S, substitute. So we need to either replace words or sentences for something else so that the reader who is reading your writing will understand what you're trying to say. But today we are focusing on cups, which is editing. So with C, capitalization. So making sure that names, places, titles, months, and the letter I, for when you're talking about me, myself, I, they are always capitalized. All right. Then U, usage. So match nouns and verbs correctly. So meaning making sure that you're using the proper nouns that make sense with the proper verbs. So if you're talking about multiple dogs playing with one toy, just making sure that you are using the correct forms of that. Then punctuation, obviously, making sure you are using commas, question marks, exclamations, quotations, and periods as well. And then S, spelling, making sure your spelling is correct using a dictionary to help you. All right. So for today, we're going to be going over my writing of the time that went through a struggle, all right? But we're only focusing on capitalizing and punctuation. So boys and girls, you may see some extra things that are not correct in my writing, and that's okay. Today, we are only focusing on capitalization and punctuation, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. And boys and girls, you're going to be watching me correct my writing. And this is exactly what you are going to be doing with your writing later today. All right, so here we go. This is the beginning part, so here we go. The Southwestern swim competition was only 2 weeks away. The coaches have been doubling up on the swim practice to make sure the swimmers were prepared to win the competition. Nicole was so nervous, her hands were clenched into a fist. She had been dreaming of being one of the top 4 fastest swimmers in her race of specialty. Nicole always swam the 100-yard freestyle in under 1 minute. 100 yards of swimming is 4 laps. Every day, the swimmers would be timed how fast they could swim in their specialty events. Nicole would swim her heart out every time. She would slam herself into the wall at the end of every set. Coaches would shout out her times. 1 minute and 5 seconds, 1 minute and 2 seconds, 1 minute and 10 seconds. After she heard her times, her face would become hot, her teeth clenched, and her eyes welled up in tears. Nicole could not understand why she couldn't make her goal. Her friend Danny said to just keep trying and it will all work out. Promise. All right, well, just with this first part of our writing, I can already identify a lot of capitalization and punctuation errors. So I'm just going to hit escape right here. And this is where we're going to add our editing, okay? So just making sure I'm going to put this in a different color so that I'm going to do it in yellow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not ready yet. Will be. Here we go. All right, so the Southwestern Swim Competition. So this is a specific name to a specific swim competition. So South, I said yellow. Here we go. Southwestern Swim. This is the name of a specific competition. Okay, All right. So anything that's in yellow is what we are fixing for capitalization and punctuation. Was only 2 weeks away. I think our explanation is okay because it's kind of exciting, but then again, I think it's just a statement. So I'm going to just put a period right there. Make sure. All right, yellow. The coaches have been doubling up on swim practice to make sure the swimmers were prepared to win the competition. Okay, it's not saying the Southwestern swim competition, it's just saying competition. Competition by itself, it does not need to be capitalized. So that is where we are going to need to put a C. Okay. And we have a period here. Oh, is Nicole? Who is Nicole? Is that the name of a person? Yes. So we need to make sure we capitalize that. Okay, here we go. Nicole was so nervous, her hands were clenched into a fist. Oh, what are we missing here? Because we have a capital here. There's nothing here. Okay, so we're going to put, so it says Nicole was so nervous, her hands were clenched into a fist. So I'm not really shouting it out, but it's not a question. So I think the best way to write this would be with a period. So we'll just do that. All right. She had been dreaming of being one of the top 4 fastest swimmers in her race of specialty. Period. Okay. Nicole always swam the 100-yard freestyle in under a minute. Well, I think that's a grammatical error, but we're not going to focus on that today. 100 yards of swimming is 4 laps. Period. Okay, we're good there. Every day. Oh, at the beginning of every sentence, we always need to make sure that we are capitalizing. Every day. Ooh, I think a pause would be good here because it says every day the swimmers would be timed how fast they could swim. I'm going to see if it works better with a comma because commas create pauses. So let's see. Every day, the swimmers would be timed how fast they could swim. I think that pause is necessary. It kind of helps with the flow of the story. So I'm going to put a comma there. Okay. So every day, the swimmers would be timed how fast they could swim in their specialty events. Okay. Nicole would swim her heart out every time. Okay. She would slam herself into the wall at the end of every set. Okay. The coaches would shout out her times, comma, and then beginning quotations because they're talking. Minute and 5 seconds. Wait, what? A question mark? That doesn't make any sense. Well, if they're shouting, I think that would be an exclamation point. So let's change that to an exclamation. All right, minutes. Oh, that's a grammatical error. We're not focusing on that today. Minutes and 2 seconds. Well, that's another statement, so I'm going to say another exclamation right there since they're yelling. And then, oh, we're forgetting quotations here because then it says minute and 10 seconds. Missing that. And they're still yelling. After she heard her times, her face would become hot, her teeth clenched, and her eyes welled up in tears. Oh, that sounds like a complete thought. So I'm going to put a period there. Nicole could not understand why she couldn't make her goal. Her friend Danny said to just keep trying and we'll all work out. Promise. Well, this sounds like a grammatical, but then again, if she is saying this, then I'm going to put a comma here and then quotations. And then just fix this to capitalize because the person is talking. To just keep trying and it will all work out. Promise. All right, because that's one complete thought. Let's do that. Okay. All right. So, boys and girls, so the beginning part, we've added a few corrections here. Okay. But we're not at the end of our writing, are we? No. So, now going to the middle part. All right. The day of the final swim competition had finally arrived. Oh, well, is it the Southwestern or is this just a general swim competition? Because the name of the Southwestern is not part of this, this needs to be a lowercase s and c. Okay. Nicole's 100 freestyle race event was next. Okay, so it looks like it's her race. So she owns that race. So we need to put an apostrophe right here. There we go. All right, Nicole's 100-yard freestyle race event was next. Period. While she waited behind the diving board, her heart was pounding faster and faster as the race before her was coming to an end. All right, not bad. Her body was so nervous. Her muscles were tight and stiff. I don't think we're trying to ask a question here, so we might need to just put a period there because we're just stating what's happening. She started stretching her arms by swinging forward and backward like a windmill on a windy day. Oh, looks like a simile right here. The race before hers had finally ended. Oh, period. And then with every period at the beginning of a sentence, we always need to capitalize. Swimmers emerged out of the water. The first four swimmers who placed for the competition, well, that is a spelling error, but we're not focusing on that today, received their medals. Nicole was next. She closed her eyes and took a deep, slow breath. Her mind was clear and her body had become loose and ready. Well, that sounds like a complete thought, because then Nicole stepped up to the diving block. Well, that doesn't make sense. So we're going to put a period here, and we're going to put another period right there. There we go. So those are some of the capitalization and punctuation that we needed to fix. We're almost done, boys and girls. Ooh, here we go. The referee talked at the mic. Oh, and it says swimmers, take your mark. All right, there's a lot of pausing here, so we might need to add some things. So the referee talked at the mic. So I think it's the microphone. So, a comma or a period? I think a comma because he's about to say this. So we'll do a comma here because it's a small pause, not a long pause. Oh, like that. Because then we're going to write here, beginning quotations, swimmers, longer pause. Oop. I'm doing this right. Longer pause. Take your mark. Okay. Pause. The pool deck was silent. Beep. Oh, we need something here. If it's a loud beep, we need an exclamation. And then a splash. All right, well, splashes are pretty loud, so let's make sure that we add that in there. Okay. All right, so let's try this again. The referee talked at the mic. Swimmers, take your mark. And then, oh, I forgot quotations right here. My goodness gracious. Here we go. The pool deck was silent. Beep. Splash. Boys and girls, what kind of figurative language is this right here? Beep and splash. Onomatopoeias, because onomatopoeias are words that describe sound. Very good. Nicole and all the other swimmers dove right into the water. Nicole's, her feet, whoa. So we want Nicole's feet. So we would want an apostrophe here. I think we're just going to get rid of that so it makes more sense. Nicole's feet were kicking like a person escaping from a man-eating shark. Every stroke Nicole pushed and pulled with all her strength, looking from side to side, seeing her competitors matching her speed. The race was coming to an end fast. Oh, Nicole's muscles, make sure we have that apostrophe because those are her muscles, no one else's. Her muscles were aching and burning with how fast she was swimming. Slam! She grabbed the wall to finish her race. It was the moment of truth. What was her time? Nicole lifting her head out of the water and looked straight at the scoreboard. All right, there's something right here missing. So what was her time? So are we asking a question? Are we stating a fact? What do you think, boys and girls? We're asking a question. So what was her time? Nicole lifting her head out of the water and looked straight at the scoreboard. Lane 4. 4th place. Oh, we don't need to say place like that. It needs to be a little p. 4th place. Time. Time. We would probably want that to be a question mark. So time, what is the time? We don't know. 58 seconds. Yes! Nicole finally achieved her goal. She lifted herself out of the water and was jumping for joy, while also trying to catch her breath from swimming so hard. Nicole realized no matter how hard challenges are, to never give up. Keep trying your best. Okay, and then we need to make sure we add a period at the end. All right, boys and girls. So, as you can see, in yellow, we have made all these capitalization and punctuation fixes, okay? And that is all that you are doing today for your assignment on Schoology. So you're going to go back and look at your writing that you worked on all last week, putting it together, and only focusing on editing the capitalization and the punctuation for today. And make sure you submit your work when you are done. All right, boys and girls, it has been a pleasure doing this writing lesson with you, and I cannot wait to read your writings as well. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.